So it's a very, very warm welcome here to Cartagene in Spain for this final round of the 2004 UEM Super Sidecar Series. The outgoing champion there, Tiro Mannanen, fifth on the grid. Billy Garros, number 11, and Billy will be looking for a good result if he can get one. It's going to be tough out there today, that's for sure. There's Billy's daughter, and here are the Van Gils pairing, but one man with a chance of the championship is Tom Hanks.
Tom, golden opportunity to win the European Championship. What are your tactics?
Just going to see how it goes. I mean, I don't generally have tactics. I would have had tactics if we'd won yesterday, but now there are none. I've got nothing to lose. I'm just going to go off as I would normally and go as hard as I can from start to finish. It depends what Steve does, really, more than anything. I mean, if he's got problems, struggling or anything like that, then I'll just play it by ear. But going on his times and that, you know, he's favourite to win. So we're just going to give it our best shot, and that's all we can do.
All right, good luck, Tom.
Cheers, Ian.
The pairing of number 8 Tim and Tristan Reeves, the M&M outfit, had a win in Sweden. Currently lying fourth in the standings coming here today. The question is, would they go for the championship or just for the win? We caught up with the driver, Tim, and we asked him just that question.
Tim, nothing to lose going for the race win?
Yeah, without a doubt, yeah.
Can you do it?
I think so, yeah. I will be trying.
All right, good luck.
Cheers.
Well, still with a slim chance of taking this European title, but he's got to beat the man in front of him, number 10. That's Steve Webster. Can he win?
Steve, you need to beat Tom to win the championship. Looking good at the moment?
Yeah, I think we're at the right point in the grid, I suppose, to start with. Let's see what the start goes like, but anything can happen in racing, as we've seen before over the years, so see what goes on, eh?
Good luck.
Thank you.
Webster confident, but a change of wardrobe for passenger Paul Woodhead.
Paul, we noticed you've got the leather suit back on, not the Kevlars. What's the story?
No, I've just done a bit of testing over the last few weeks, and for the twisty circuits like this, I just think you just get a little bit more grip from the leathers. But next week at Mallory Park, we're back to the Kevlars. So yeah, it's just different things for different circuits.
So it's not a fashion statement?
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Okay, good luck, Paul.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks.
So that's it, the talking's done. It's time to get the race under the way. Ian's going to be making his way back up here to join me here in the commentary box. They're on the start line. Webster on the front row of the grid, Hanks and then Reeves alongside them. Then it's Mannanen and Van Gils there, fourth and fifth. And here we go. And Ian, nice to have you back with us.
Yeah, switching straight to the onboard shot from Billy Garros, the winner of round 8. And not a very good start from Garros there. Mannanen and Pavarinta ahead, and there's Tom Hanks all a bit slippery on that first corner. Very dusty track.
Yeah, it's a bit of a breeze blowing here today, and we have noticed that it's bringing the sand off of the, I would describe the more barren areas of the circuit, straight onto the circuit. So it does, it is slippery out there, so we'll have to look out for that one.
It makes it tricky for everybody, but yeah, Garros just not really getting the start there. Seemed to have made a mistake and dropped back straight away, but Tom Hanks there didn't get the start he wanted, down in fourth place on this opening lap. Now we're on board with Tiro Mannanen and Patrick and the number 1 machine. They're the outgoing champions, and they're behind fellow Finns, Pekka Pivarinta.
It's all starting to hot up out there, and as you say, Tom Hanks, well, he's got a slim chance of taking the championship today, but his luck at the previous round, which of course was here at Cartagene the day before, didn't go so well for him. I think he's got some tired engines in that bike, you know.
Yeah, definitely not a tired engine on this machine though. The lovely sound from that LCR Suzuki, chasing the Yamaha of Pekka Pivarinta, and you can see everybody sliding around on this dusty track on the opening lap.
So Steve Webster leads. It's Tim Reeves currently now in second. Then you've got Van Gils in third and Tom Hanks in fourth. Well, Hanks has got to do better than this, I think, if he wants to take the European title. Steve Webster, of course, newly crowned world champion, and be looking to take the British Series in a couple of weeks' time at Mallory Park in the UK. So, still a lot to play for, Ian.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a great feat as well for Webster to win the Triple Crown this year, but Billy Garros, well, you can see the distance that he's already lost on Tiro Mannanen. After winning here the day before, he'd be hoping for a better result. A big mistake from Garros there, and that's somebody else off in the kitty litter.
Well, that dusty circuit is beginning to take its toll. It's catching them out. It's no good slamming on yourself. Don't know how good the brakes are. There's nothing to grip the track with. You've had it, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, the tyres are good, but they can't cope with all this stuff that's being blown around on the circuit. And I think that was Martin Van Gils that had gone off into the pit. Yes, it is. Well, disappointment for Van Gils, third in the championship going into this race, and well, it looks like he's blown it.
Well, that's Mannanen there, as you said, the outgoing European champion. He's going to have to hand that number 1 plate over, I think, too well. He's all over the place as well, so it gives you some idea of how difficult it is. These 1000cc machines laying power down into those big back tyres, but when there's a bit of sand in that on the circuit, you ain't going to get no grip, you're just going to slide around. You saw momentarily there, that's the battle for first and second. Where is Tom Hanks? Well, he's up to third now, so is that enough, Ian?
No, he's got to finish in front of Steve Webster, really. He does hold a 1.5 point lead at the moment, but it's not enough to finish behind Webster.
Well, Hanks, the former multi-British Formula 2 champion and British Formula 1 champion, we all said back in those days that we thought that was the man that was going to take over the mantle from Steve Webster in the future for World Sidecar Racing, but he's finding it tough here today as we're back on board once again with Tiro Mannanen, and he's chasing down Pavarotti, so it's a battle of the Finns.
Yeah, that battle's for 4th position at the moment. Pavarotti is third on the rostrum last time out, and he'll be keen to repeat that experience, I think.
So the two Finns going at it. Of course, Pavarotti hoping to get the better of his friend behind, Tiro Mannanen. So we'll wait and see what goes on there as we look to what's happening further up the field. And there is Tom Hanks, and it looks to me as if he's slowing down.
Yeah, Hanks definitely came around that corner with a problem. He is slowing. Hanks has got a problem, and that's a disaster for the Halter Fabrications team. This is Billy Galros now, and Hanks is just crawling around the circuit, and that looks terminal.
Well, we said earlier that those engines, those Yamaha plants, were getting a bit tired now, and Tom, it couldn't go wrong at the worst time, really.
No, real disappointment for the Halter Fabrications team. They've worked very hard this year, and well, to see it all just disappear into the dust like that is a real blow.
Mind you, we're back on board with the Finn, Tiro Mannanen, and he is still chasing down Pavarotti. So these two having their own little private war at the moment, but out front it is Steve Webster and, of course, number 8, the man in second place, Tim, and Tristan Reeves, Tristan his brother, in the chair, as they come through the two Finns to complete another lap on this dusty circuit here at Cartagene. This is Billy Galros, and who is he catching now?
Well, that's Mannanen and Pavarotti just ahead, so Galros is now up to 5th position. This is the battle for 3rd. Pavarotti's in that 3rd place now, so maybe another rostrum on the cars for the Finn.
A little bit wild through that corner there by Mannanen. Could have lost it. I think he just clipped the curb slightly, but there is Billy Galros, and he is looking hot. He wants to catch these two and get onto the podium again, and there's no reason why Billy Galros couldn't achieve that. Did it in Sweden, of course, and that was basically his home Grand Prix.
Yeah, 3rd place in Sweden, and of course winner of round 8 here, and obviously loves this circuit. Oh, disappointment. There is Hanks and Biggs, and they've managed to get back to the pits, but well, they're not going to be happy people.
Yeah, after the, well, he had a bit of a luckless finish on the previous round here as well, but here's that battle out front, and it's Webster. Now, if Steve Webster stays where he is, he will definitely become the European champion. If Tim Reeves goes past him and takes the win, Webster will still become the European champion. So, I think Reevesy was having a look there to go into the lead.
Yeah, and focus back on the battle for 3rd place, and Galros definitely a bit wide there, but he's closing in on Mannanen and Pavarotti.
A change in the front. Tim Reeves has finally found a way past Steve Webster. Now, Webster knows that he doesn't have to win the race to win the championship. Tim Reeves also knows that if he wins, he still doesn't win the championship. We've only got a little bit of a game going on here, Ian.
Yeah, quite possibly. I mean, we've seen Webster hanging back a little bit in some of the races to the final few laps, and obviously he knows he just has to finish in front of Tom Hanks. I don't think he'll know Hanks is out of this race just yet, but I'm sure that will come on his pit board soon.
Back on board with Billy Galros, right behind Tiro Mannanen now, number 1. So Galros, as you say, eager to try and make it past. This is the battle, I think, for 4th place, because we've got Pavarotti up there in 3rd. So if Billy can get past this man, he has a chance of catching 3rd place man and maybe get himself back in the rostrum.
Yeah, just listen to that Suzuki GSXR engine screaming away, but you can also see how difficult this circuit is. Lots of slow, tight corners and hard acceleration.
Well, here they come. It is the same old pairing there, same duo as we should say. Tim Reeves leading it, with Steve Webster second. Steve, of course, the multi-world champion and the current new champion for this year. He achieved that at the German circuit of Schleitz over 3 races. And look out for our TV coverage of that World Championship coming all the way soon. Meanwhile, it's all action go here at Cartagene in Spain. On board again with Tiro Mananen, as Ian says, listen to that Suzuki engine. Ooh, bumping and banging going on down there. It's, I'd say it's a reasonably smooth track here, if not a little dusty.
Yeah, there's some bumps down the straight, but a big slide again from Mananen there. He does tend to try 110%, this guy, and sometimes he just needs to slow down a little bit, in my opinion.
Well, as a former World Cup sidecar driver, your opinion is worth listening to, if only occasionally.
Thank you very much.
Well, here they are, the two at the front. Now, it's still Reeves that has it. Webster, I think Steve's just sitting there doing what Steve normally does and just waiting for that opportunity.
Yeah, he's just letting Reevesy do the work there, I think, and knowing that he could probably make a manoeuvre on the last lap if he had to. Obviously, he had the pit board now to say that Hanks is out of the race, so second place is good enough for Webster at the moment.
Paul Woodhead debuting those new leather-look leathers, as they say. Finding the old Cavalier are not to his liking around this circuit, preferring to stick with the traditional leathers.
Yeah, it's an interesting point, and we have heard that before from some of the passengers that on bumpy circuits are getting difficult to get on with.
So here's that little battle. It's still going on. There's Billy Garros. How's he getting on? He's still got the two in front of him, so he hasn't caught them as yet. There he's fourth place man, still chasing down third place man, I think.
Yeah, it's a great strap. It's going to go all the way to the checkered flag. Garros closed up on Mananen, but hasn't really been able to do anything about him.
You can see that fine film of dusty sand across the circuit, can't you?
Across that camera.
It's quite windy here. It's blowing it up all over the place. It's tough. You can see it there just blowing across the circuit. And there we go. That is Reevesy. Still leading, Steve Webster, and they're up amongst the back markers. Oh, this is where things can go wrong and so often do. Who is that? They've just gone, they've gone off. That's Reeves. Well, I think that was the French crew that they've collided with. Well, it was Webster was waiting for his opportunity. He didn't have to wait that long. And Tim Reeves making a mistake there. Look at it from the other camera angle. I think Tim tried to go up the inside of the French pairing and just hit the slippery stuff.
Yeah, it just looks like he held the tight inside line, locked the brakes up and couldn't turn into the corner. Big disappointment for Reeves there, but handed the victory back to Webster on a plate.
Well, this effectively now would put Tom Hanks into second place, but what is Webster doing? Paul Woodhead tapping the fairing there.
Is that a problem for Webster?
Well, they're certainly slowing down, so they're looking back. They surely can't be waiting for Tim Reeves. They're waiting for something.
Well, this is definitely a confusing end to this race. Well, it looked like there was a problem, but no, everything seems to be fine on that Webster machine.
Woodhead looking back again. I do believe that they are waiting for Tim Reeves, and there he is. Well, if Tim Reeves wins the race, it secures his second place in the standings. It will mean that Tom Hanks will be pushed to third. Well, I don't know, but there you are. They've gone into the lead, so that's how it's going to finish. So that'll be a talking point, I think, for some time to come.
Yeah, very confusing end to the race there, and I don't really know what to say about that.
Who's going to take third? Here they come. It looks like Pavarinta, who will indeed take third place. He'll be pleased with that. That's his second rostrum over the 2 days.
Well, results confirmed there. A strange win for Tim and Tristan Reeves ahead of Webster and Woodhead. Pavarinta on the rostrum again. Mananen, Galros and Mike Rocha rounding out the top 6.
So there are the top 3 then. Tim and Tristan Reeves on the top step. And not surprised to be there, I think, here at Cartagene for the last round of the series. And she's clearly happy with the result, that's for sure. Maybe she wants some of the champagne. Webster there giving Pavarinta a share of his bottle, but those are the final standings. Webster and Woodhead win the championship with 130 points from Reeves and Reeves. Tom Hanks and Phil Biggs finishing third, Van Gils, Pavarinta and Wall and Billy Garros rounding out the top 6 with 80 points.
Pekka Pivarinta, Peter Wall, second podium of the weekend. You must be very happy.
Yeah, of course.
Very, very happy.
Steve Webster, Paul Woodhead, 2004 European champions as well as the World Cup title. But hey, a bit of a controversial end to the race there. What happened?
Yeah, we was watching the pit board, and on our pit board, it was important that we won the championship. That was the main aim for us today. And I think if it would have been criminal for Tim and Tristan to lose their place in the championship because of the last lap back marker. For me, the important thing was the championship, which we had done. It's a championship. This is probably a championship about bringing new people into the sport, and I think that in my view, it would have been unfair if he'd have lost that, and he would have won the race probably anyway if it hadn't been for that the French team that they got mixed up with. So it was just important for us to finish the race. That was it. And sometimes people need, you know, a bit of a helping hand.
Tim and Tristan Reeves victorious here in Cartagene, but a bit of a drama on the last lap there. What happened?
Yeah, what an absolute nightmare. I rode for best I had for ages in the first bit, and then last lap, tail ender, and the poor lad, it weren't his fault to be fair, they just didn't give him any blue flags, and I came underneath him, and when I arrived in him, I was going a lot quicker than he was, and I had to dive, I had to go under him as I'd have hit him, and I just got on the loose stuff and hit the brakes and just locked it all up and just couldn't stop.
Well, that's it for the 2004 European Sidecar Series from myself and Ian Guy. Thanks for being with us. Hope you've enjoyed it. Say goodbye, Ian.
Bye, Ian.
See you next year.